Hello everybody, we are here across the street from the Washington County Courthouse in historic Jonesborough, Tennessee. Now this is a place we have not ever done a video before. We have not actually been here in about 3 decades. But we are here in Jonesborough today. We're actually here with a purpose. We have some friends of ours and they actually grew up over in this area. So they are actually fixing up a house to list as a Airbnb rental. So we came over today to check that out. We are going to do a separate review on that, but we also wanted to do a little walkthrough of historic downtown Jonesborough. This is the oldest town in the state of Tennessee, so it's very historic, and we want to take you through and show you some of what's here. So stay with us. Take a little walking tour of Jonesborough, Tennessee, which is the oldest town in the state of Tennessee. And we're going to start off right here at the historic Jonesborough Visitor Center. And we're going to go in here and check it out. I'm sure they got some brochures and pamphlets, information on the area. Maybe some souvenirs as well. Alright, we got some sort of sculpture here. Says it was one of a series of 3 commissioned for the exterior of the Visitor Center by the town of Jonesborough to celebrate multicultural family life in Tennessee's oldest town. And Jonesborough is the home of the Storytellers Festival, held every year, first weekend in October. As you first walk in, brochures and information rack.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, we can.
Some local sketches and artwork depicting buildings here in the town. Books on the area.
Usually at least 3 weekends a month we have a playground. So that might be something that you want to, that might connect with some of the people. Storytelling center,
Yeah.
for sure. And I don't know how you would get nothing set in stone, but things that were done in the past or all of the different.
Over here you can purchase t-shirts and little pieces of jewelry. Looks like they got a museum in here. Oh, they got a museum in here. No doubt depicting some of the history of Jonesborough. The Christopher Taylor Log House, I already know that's the oldest structure in Jonesborough. I think it's been relocated to downtown. It used to be on a lot outside of town. wood stove. Let's see what we got right here. Courthouse tower clock. That's the original one from 1847. Courthouse. 176 years ago. That was used to fight fires. A fire extinguisher on wheels. Huh. And this was Jonesborough's first fire engine. Come a long way since then. Okay, so apparently Jonesborough caught fire. When would that have been? Looks like it's 18, can't tell if it says 1873 or 1878. Wow. Notice on this article here, that's the old spelling. Now it's spelled O-U-G-H on the end. So the fire apparently was in 18. Probably been more than one, okay. There's one 1887, 18. Okay, what did that say over here again? So apparently there's one in the 1870s too then. Alright, here's some information about the National Storytelling Festival. That's a lot. I'll just pan over that real quick. But that's something they do here every October. Don't know much about what it is. I'm assuming it would just be like storytelling, you know, things from Appalachia. A lot of information on that. Okay, now here in the museum section, there are apparently 8 myths that people think about this region, Appalachia region, Blue Ridge Mountains, and they try to dispel those myths. Now there's a lot of writing on each of them, so I'm just going to basically, if you're interested in reading these, you can pause the TV. It's kind of dark in here, so I just hope I'm getting the recording, but I'm just going to go over these very slowly. And myth number 1 is that this is a violent people, or a violent area, so they want to dispel that one. Move over here to the second one. Myth number 2 is that it's isolated. So let me try to get a little closer. myth number 3 is that this area is not innovative. I would definitely say that's a myth. I've always admired the mountain people and their ability to survive and to build their homes and grow their crops and do for themselves. Myth number 4 is that they're not diverse. Back up a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that or not. Now let's pick up number 5 and see where that starts right here on the back of this one. And that is impoverished. Again, that's a lot of writing in small print and kind of a dark room. A lot of times when I shoot these videos, I don't know if you're going to be able to read it or not. I usually look over it myself, and if it gets posted, that means it's readable. I cannot read it through the camera LCD screen, but maybe on the television set it might be different. And myth number 6 is illiterate. And unfortunately, that is a common misconception today about Southerners by people from other areas. They think people down here are backwards and uneducated. Which honestly, I think some of the smartest people in the country are from this area. Again, they knew how to do with what they had and survive and thrive. Number 7 is defiant. I'm not sure that's a myth. I think in a way that can be a good thing. In some cases. It's a little dark right here. I just noticed a picture on here over to the right. I'm going to show you that here in just a second. I recognize that picture. That's at Newfound Gap. That's when President Roosevelt, Roosevelt at the time was dedicating the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. All right, and myth number 8 is backwards. Alright, I was getting ready to leave the museum. I happened to see this, Jonesborough at Play. It kind of tells some of the things they did for fun. They actually had a baseball team. And that looks like that was a long time ago, like early 1900s maybe. Had a string instrument group, camping. Had a brass band. Antique marble.
Now we are going to be going through the historic district shops and restaurants. We're in the downtown Jonesborough area. We're going to be walking and exploring this area today. Just just going to get some of the stores that we are going to be walking by as well.
No, it's 12 to 5.
Not open yet.
So we'll come back to that then.
Seasonal decor.
Well, I mean, you got church somewhere.
Doctor's office.
That ain't recording sound, is it?
Gabriel's Christmas. There's an antique and artisan store. Still part of the antique store. And here is the Washington County Courthouse. We decided to come into the antique store and just have a little look around. Looks like they got a little bit of everything. I have to show you the ceiling here. That's pretty neat. But looks like they got maybe some crafty stuff. Towels. Lamp glasses. Here's the Mary B. Martin Storytelling Hall. Looks like they've got some nice sitting area out here. The place looks rather large and impressive. I'll have to get a shot further back across the street. And here is the Storytelling Center gift shop as well, so they have a gift shop. Here is the Chester Inn State Historic Site. It looks like it's going to be pretty large, and I'll probably get a better shot once we cross the street to look at that. That's going to be pretty neat to see. So as you're walking the sidewalk here by the inn, they've got old pictures here of Jonesborough back in the day. So the Chester Inn Museum. There's the operating hours, and I think they do walking tours from here as well. Obviously they're not offering them now. You can actually go to their website and print out a self-guided walking tour. I did see that on their website, which is pretty interesting. And here is some history about the Chester Inn as well. At the bottom it says President Andrew Jackson held a reception for his friends here on the porch of the inn in 1832. And here is the Christopher Taylor House. It says that the house was moved to the site in 1974 to preserve it from being demolished. And they are redoing the Jackson Theater here in town. From what we understand is that they may be doing plays and having little theater shows and whatnot here, so be on the lookout for that in the future. And here's the Jonesborough Presbyterian Church. It was organized in 1790, built 1845, and restored in 1944. Here is the historic Eureka Inn, and it looks like it's for sale, so that might be something somebody may be interested in. It's pretty historic. Here's the Mae Dishner House. It says this house has been placed on the National Register of Historic Places by the United States Department of Interior. It's actually very nice. I like that. Across the street here it says Jack Moore Looking Glass Maker, shop in back. Looks like an old building, doesn't it? We're going to walk down here to the Chucky Depot Museum. So they have a caboose sitting here. Not sure if you can go in it when they're open. I don't think they're open right now. This is actually a pretty interesting looking building. It says it's, and this is Main Street Cafe here, and this big old building here. May have to check that out later. We'll see. And across the street is the Chester Inn. I said I would get a better shot of that from this side. See how big and historic that looks. Right beside of the Chester Inn is the Mary B. Martin Storytelling Hall that I said I'd get a better view of across the street. Looks like a pretty big building. And here is Mott's. Not quite sure what they have in here.
Looks like they got a little bit of everything, like a little, they got some of the willow tree things, they got shirts. It's like a little souvenir store.
Oh, yeah.
Now here's a little structure. It's actually a very old structure. It looks like it was one time a church, but then this became a very popular restaurant for years called the Parsons Table. And I mean, tour bus groups would even come over here. And it looks like it's no more. I'm not sure. How long has it been shut down? Anyway, it's no longer in business, but that was a very popular place here in Jonesborough at one time. It was the Parsons Table. A lot of very interesting old buildings here now.
So here's like a little directory map of the downtown area. Kind of facing the sun, so hopefully you can see that. This kind of gives you an idea of what's all here as far as shopping, eats and sweets, where to stay, and things you can see and do. So it looks like there's a lot you can see and do down here in Jonesborough. And here at the courthouse, they still have the 10 Commandments posted, which is great that they can have that there. Here is the coal miner's daughter, Mercantile, and it says it's home to over 20 vendors. And here is Griffin Art Gallery. It's like local artists. Packet and Post. It's like post office shipping area. And here is a Texas Burritos and More cafe. We're going to cross the street here and check out the lollipop shop. And you can see all the different kinds of candy. And from what, I haven't been upstairs, but it looks like they've got 63 arcade games upstairs. You can have a party and whatnot up there. Oh, pinball. It's like some old toys.